patient, my friends. I'm recording. At least I think I am. Let's see. It seems to, yep, all right. Okay, so for my friends at home and my friends here, today we are working on our next lesson of overcoming learning challenges near and far. Last week we started a new book, Nazarene's Secret School. Who remembers where that story takes place? Who remembers where that story takes place? If you happen to have if you're here, it's on the front cover. All right, Sunny? It's a long word, isn't it? Nixon. Afghanistan, very good. And who remembers where Afghanistan is? Where in the world is Afghanistan? Evie? Okay, yep. And what is that continent called? Evie, that was a good pointing it out. It is, here, let me, for my friends here, she said it's in this area here. Yep. What continent do we call that? Haley? No, South America's over here, but good try. That's where Waiting for Billy O'Burrow takes place, right? In South America. Good job. Paxton? Africa, that's where Chad is, where Rain School was. So you're on, that you guys are remembering good things. But this one here, what is this particular continent called? Anybody at home? Oh, I see Logan. Logan, do you want to tell us what continent that is?
I don't know what it's called, but I know it's next to China.
Right. We were talking about that Afghanistan was near China. So if you know if we know where China is on a continent, Paxton? No, Russia's its own country. So it's partially in this. Russia's so big, it's actually in 2 continents. So, but no, it's in Asia. This continent, right? Oh, continent. Oh, there we go. Oh, this continent is so big, and this country is so big that it fits in both Europe and Asia. All right. So we're going to move on to our learning targets today. We have a couple different ones. I can determine the gist of Nazarene's Secret School. We're going to finish that up. I can identify the central message, lesson, or moral of Nazarene's Secret School. And we are also going to look for some details today. I'm going to have another learning target later in our lesson. Okay, so my friends at home and my friends here, we had talked about gist. We had breakout rooms to talk about gist. We had some little groups here to talk about gist. So we're going to fill out this form. So on your book, I'll go ahead and open it up. I think it's page 13. Page 13 in your workbook. Page 13 in your workbook. And this was the slide my friends at home had to look at. But we're going to go ahead and use my dock camera. And we're going to find out what you guys decided on when you guys did your breakout rooms and when you worked in a group. I'm going to make it a little bigger. All right. So we started with, I'm looking for some whole body listeners. Does everybody have page 13 or they're placing their workbook or in their spiral, depending on who you are? Overcoming Learning Challenges in Nazarene's Secret School. Author was Jeanette Winter. Who was the somebody? What did you decide? Who did you and your group decide Ellie was the somebody? Nazarene. So you may have already filled that in. If you did, awesome sauce. If you haven't, you can fill it in now. Alrighty. And a lot of you were trying to figure out where the story took place. It's actually on the front cover, right? Yeah, and we just said where it takes place. Who besides Sunny? Mr. Ryder, where does our story take place? Afghanistan. So we can try to spell it correctly, those of us who have it in front of us. And you, Afghanistan. And is it in a big city? Is she in a big city? No. Marin, what is she in? Oh, it is in Asia, but in Afghanistan, the country. Where in the is it? Was it a big town or a little town? Small town, right? All right. Yes. So yes, Nazarene should have a capital. I remember walking around and telling people that when we did it on Friday or Thursday. Double check that you have capitals on your place, and it's written right here. So anytime you have the word in front of you, should you spell it correctly? Yes, right? My friends at home, if you have the word in front of you, you can spell it correctly. All right, what did you decide Nazarene needed? Oh, I'll get Lila. So where did, and if you wanted the name of her village, it's Herat, with a capital H, Herat. What did she want? What did she want? There's a couple different options you could write in here, for sure. Madison, what did you think she wanted? Her parents, right? Her parents to come back. Now, is that the only answer that you could put? No, not for sure. You could also put some other, there's also enough, to come back. Sorry, I have to finish the sentence, huh? She wanted her parents to come back. What else could we say here? What else would she possibly want? Any friends at home can tell me what else she might want? Anybody at home? What else does she want besides her parents back? It's more about what her grandma wants for her. Astria, what do you think? What else might she want?
To be able to learn, about things.
Yes, her grandma wants her to be able to learn. Just like she did when she was a kid, right? So the grandma wanted her to learn. Very nice job, Astria. So here we have two things that we wanted. Parents, she wanted her parents to come back, and her grandma wanted her to be able to learn. So there's two things that they're motivated by. But we have, what is the challenge for this situation? What happened to the parents? Why are the parents not coming back? Let's solve that part first. Why are the parents not coming back? Cole, why are the parents not coming back, do you think? Right. Soldiers took them away, right? And so therefore she is really sad, right? So that's part of it. What else is the challenge? What else makes this a hard thing in this book? Yeah, of course, sweetie. Of course. What do we think? Looking for some new hands. I've got my frequent flyers. I'm looking for some new hands. What else was our challenge? I'm looking for, yep, I'm looking, I have one from Logan Peters. Excellent. But, and why can't you're exactly right. She can't go to school. Why is it that she can't go to school? Haley? Because the soldiers didn't want any girls to go outside to learn about the war. Right. The soldiers are going to school was against the law for girls. So we have two problems going on at the same time, don't we? Soldiers took the parents away. Nazarene is super sad. And going to school is against the law for girls. So can she go and learn? Not legally. Oh, sorry, my friends. The paper got away from me. I'm looking up here, looking here. And my last one. So do we have a solution to the first problem? Do we end up having a solution to the first problem? No. Did the parents come back? No. So we died. Yeah, Madison's giving me a big thumbs down. There's no real solution to that first part. The soldiers took the parents away, and she's really sad. But the sad part, she does get a little happier. So we do solve that problem. We don't solve where her parents are, but we do solve her getting happy, because what happens? What do we solve for the second problem? Max, how does the second part get solved? Going to school is against the law for girls. How do they solve that problem so Nazarene can learn? Nazarene's who helps her get to the secret school? Her grandma. Her grandmother takes her to a secret school. And then what does she get? Then what happens when she gets some friends and she learns some things? What happens then? What happens, my friends, when she goes to the secret school and gets some friends? What happens, Sunny?
A guard knocks on the door and she opens it up, and the guard sees all of the girls in there learning.
Well, except for they hide that learning a little bit, right? They all pretend that they're studying the Quran. And so they get around that a little bit, because that's not against the law, right? Okay, that does happen, but what overall happens to Nazarene by the end of the book? You can look in the book and see. You have a copy of the book? What? It's in his yeah. There you go. It should be in. All right. Remember the end of the story, my friends. What happens? I'll give you a hint, my friends at home. What happens to Ms. Nazarene? What? I'll give you the hint. This sentence here gives a big hint. Big hint. If everybody sees this page here in their book, what changes? Oops. What changes in our story? Looking for some new hands. New hands. Noah.
She smiled.
She smiled.
Aww.
So remember how she's so sad? Because her parents are taken away. Her parents haven't come back yet, but by being able to go to school, Nazarene gets a chance to be happy again. She is happy. She's happy. She finds her friend Mina. They have a chat. Remember, she hadn't spoken in so long, but now she is happy. All right. Very nice, my friends. So this one was a bit longer, wasn't it, than some of the gists we've had before, because it kind of had two things happening throughout the story. So we had page 13. So if we read this sort of as, remember, a gist is taking that story and compacting it down to a couple of short sentences. So let's read it together. So Nazarene in a small town, Herat in Afghanistan. She wanted her parents to come back and to be able to learn, but soldiers took them away, and Nazarene is really sad. And going to school was against the law for girls. So Nazarine's grandmother takes her to a secret school, and she is happy. We still don't solve that parent problem, but in the book that doesn't happen. And so we just have to take what's in the book and compact it down. Yes, Miss Cerny. Okay, Mrs. Aubin, we'll let you help Miss Cerny. Her tummy hurts. All right, so that leads us to what we think the author wants us to learn. A lesson. What do you think, Miss Astria? What do you think the lesson is for our story?
Is to let you do whatever you want and not have rules that are strange.
Okay, interesting idea. All right. What do you think, Sunny? What do you think it is?
I think even if something happens to you or family members, you should still go.
Okay, so Sunny said even though something happens to you or your family, you should still try to do things, go through things. Okay. Perseverance, definitely. So this one has to do with so there are many different things you can take from this for sure. The one we're going to focus on for today is that because we're going to look at it as the overall idea of overcoming learning challenges, because that's what our idea is for our module today this time. So we're going to try. I'm going to write a different one in here, but I'm going to actually have you use page 16. So go ahead and flip to page 16 if you have it, and you'll notice that the lesson and the moral is at the top here. I don't want you to have to write it twice, so I'm letting you go ahead and turn to page 16 so we don't have to write it twice. So everybody find page 16. At the top it says lesson, message, or moral. All of your ideas are good, but we're going to use that idea today of looking in the book for details that help us come up with this moral. So this is the one that we're going to focus on today. That doesn't mean that there aren't other ones, but some people take dangerous risks. Dangerous risks to go to school because learning is important. All right. So are there other ideas? Perseverance. Is that still perseverance? Yes, because they're not letting anything get in their way. But we're going to add the word dangerous in here, dangerous risks, because I think the author gave us some really good details from the text to help us figure out what the message was. So details from the text, details from the story that are going to help us understand this particular message. There could be details for a different message. Okay, so everybody at home, are you getting that written down? Give me a thumbs up when you've got that message written down. All right, Astria is getting it down. Jensen, do you have all that copied? Okay, work on it for me then. Perfect. Haley, how's it going? You getting that down? All right, Miss Isabella, you good? Okay, you're working on it. Love it. Robert, how's it going? You're working hard, I can tell. Good job. Keep going. Leo, how's it going? All right, Claire is good. All right, you got that down, Miss Clara? Awesome. And Leo's got it. All right, how about Lila? Lila M? You got it? Excellent. Gavin, how's it going? Gavin disappeared on me. Oh, there he is. There you are, Gavin. Awesome. Do you see how's that going on the top of page 16 for you? All right. Okay. So, perfect job, Miss Isabella. Nice job. All right. So let's look for some details. So if you have a book with you, I'm going to help my friends that are at home that don't have their copy. So we're going to go through here. We're going to look for some details. My granddaughter Nazarene lives with me in Herat, an ancient city in Afghanistan. Art and music and learning once flourished here. Any details on that page that show us risks? Cooper's telling me no. No. Then the soldiers came and changed everything. The art, music, and learning are gone. Dark clouds hang over the city. There's some details, but is it talking about risks? No. All right, let's look at this one. Poor Nazarene sat at home all day because girls are forbidden to attend school. The Taliban soldiers don't want girls to learn about the world the way Nazarene's mama and I learned when we were girls. Anything in that page that's a detail that tells us this is going to be dangerous? Oh, I see a really important word in there, Marin. They don't want to learn, yeah, but you're right on the right track. Marin's on the right track. There's one sentence in there. There's a word. When somebody says you're forbidden to do something, is that pretty serious? Yes. So we're going to say girls are forbidden to attend school. So the author is giving us an important sentence here. Girls are, it's page 16, Miss Cerny, page 16 in your workbook. Girls are forbidden to attend school. When somebody says you're forbidden to do something, isn't that that means pretty serious, right? Yeah, like you're forbidden to, open your Christmas presents or, before Christmas, right? You're forbidden to maybe go someplace that isn't safe for you. Those kind of things. When your parents say forbidden, or or somebody else like the principal or something, it's pretty serious, isn't it? So is it possibly dangerous if you try to go to school then? Yeah. So this sentence shows how dangerous it was that Nazarene grandmother took her to school. And it does say the Taliban soldiers. So again, when somebody says soldiers, is that pretty serious business? Yeah, it's pretty serious business if the soldiers are wanting something or not wanting something. Then for Nazarene's grandmother to take her to school, they are definitely doing something dangerous, aren't they? So we're looking for clues throughout the story about how dangerous things are for Nazarene. Are they dangerous just in the country altogether? Definitely, because I'm seeing on a page, it says, one night soldiers came to our house and took my son away with no explanation. Is that a dangerous thing? Yes, but is that about learning? No, so we're going to skip that page. We waited many days and nights for his return. Does that go with our moral? No. Finally, Nazarene's frantic mama went searching for him, even though going out alone in the streets was forbidden for women and girls. Ooh. Anything there that tells us how dangerous things are? Paxton, what are you thinking? There's that forbidden word again, right? What is forbidden, Mr. Paxton? What was forbidden? What did they not allow? Perfect. That's exactly what I'm going to write down here, Mr. Paxton. So our next clue, our next detail from the text, our next clue is women and girls are, there's that word again, forbidden to go out. Sorry, I'm trying to remember exactly what you said, Paxton. Alone in the streets. All right. So that came directly from, I'm going to show my friends at home real quick. I know you're trying to copy, but I'm going to show you where in the story. Finally, Nazarene's frantic mama went searching for him, even though going out alone in the streets was forbidden for women and girls. So we paraphrased it. We put women and girls on the beginning. Women and girls are forbidden to go alone in the streets. So what do you think that shows, Josh? What do you think that shows? Okay, well, it's dangerous when they, what part of the learning is going to be dangerous in this case? Well, the soldiers might see them on their way to school, right? So when, so it shows it's dangerous. The danger when they left the house forgot a word. The house to go to school. I'm paraphrasing, my friends. All right. So just even get to school is dangerous, right? So being at the school is super dangerous, but even getting to the school is super dangerous. And we know how we know. So we get to this page here. I'm going to give you a hint here. So one day, Nazarene and I hurried down the lanes until we came to the green gate. Luckily, no soldier saw us. Is that dangerous then? Looking out for soldiers so they don't even see them? That sounds like another clue from the author. I'll let you guys catch up a little bit before we write the next one. But the next one has to do with the soldiers. If you are ready for this one, you could write your own sentence down, or you can wait for me. I'm missing a word. If any of my friends at home think they know what this one is, you can write it in. You want to write that one in if you're waiting for us. Oh, Madison's ready to go. I'm not quite ready, Miss Madison, but you have an idea what this one's going to be? Yes, of course you can. I know that corner's way back far, isn't it? Try to make it as big as I can, but it's still. All right. How my friends at home doing? Give me a thumbs up if you're caught up with us. All right. Okay. Looking for some more thumbs. Okay, great. Clara's with me and Leo. All right, Lila's ready. All right, Haley's got it. Let's see. All right, got a couple other friends. Astria's got it. All right. Sorry, I missed a word there, my friends. Sometimes when I'm talking and I'm writing, it doesn't work out too well. I'm doing both at the same time. We're looking explicitly in our books to see if we can find a clue that helps show us how dangerous August is really okay. Greater than great. Your packet can go. Like to put this with us. All right. Ready? Keep going. Yeah, well, that's the pictures, right? Yeah, definitely. That could be us. There could be more than one answer in here. My friend Josh found Mr. Logan. You can have some different answers for this one, for sure. Look through your book. My friends at home and I can look at some pages. I know you want to look at that one to get things written down. I was just going to show you some pictures. Look through your books, my friends. See if you can find. Josh was looking at the pictures. You can look at the words. We're trying to find another clue that shows that it's dangerous. So you're looking for number 3. Looking for number 3. Clues that things are dangerous. We're looking for clues for when things are dangerous. People will take risks to learn. So when we have, so there's lots of different options in the book. So when you're going to be asked to do this later in the week, you're going to be asked to do this on your own, to find some details from the text that show what you think the moral of the story is and how that shows that. You're going to be asked to do that by yourself, independently. And your ideas might not match mine exactly, but you will want to have some ideas from the story and then be able to say how it backs this up. Well, girls are forbidden to attend school. Well, this shows how dangerous it is that for Nazarene's grandmother to take her to school because they have to go somewhere, right? And they're forbidden. They can't, or they're not allowed to go out alone in the streets. This shows the danger when they left the house to go to school. There, I have an answer for this third one, but you might have a slightly different answer. So if you have an answer, write it down. And we'll come back. The people up now. Good noticing. All right, my friends at home. Anybody want to make an idea, make a guess or an idea of what this one here could be? I'm having a lot of people volunteering for me. Any ideas? Any ideas for here? Looking through that book, trying to find some ideas. I see Cooper looking for me, looking hard. Josh said that the picture where the soldiers have guns, that sure looks dangerous. So if Josh wanted to write in his place here, he could write in the picture with the soldier, he had guns, which certainly looks scary and shows how dangerous it is. That would be Josh's idea. Awesome. What other ideas could we find? How about this one? Anything on this page help us with a third detail? What do you think, Sunny?
On that page, I think it's statement that these boys are going to ask them to back in the garden, and the other day they're back.
All right, so we could stick in an idea about when the boys saw the soldiers near the Green Gate, they distracted them, which shows that not only were the girls doing something dangerous, but also the boys were even doing something dangerous to help the girls, right? Distracted. Would you want to distract the soldier? Oh, that's dangerous too, to help they were helping their friends, weren't they? They were helping their friends. Anybody else have an idea? So I'm going to pick this one. Could any of those other ideas work? Yes. Could you get full credit for any of those other ideas? If you back up your idea, then of your detail and why it helps you with the moral, then that's perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be identical to mine. So if you had an idea on your own, but I'm going to go ahead and help you with a third one, okay? With the third one. Okay, it said they are lucky. Why is that no soldiers saw them on their way to school? Again, this is not the only answer. This is just another answer. You could have one slightly different. I like Josh's use of the pictures to show things. I like the idea of Sunny's, where the boys are risking their lives to distract the soldiers to help their friends. There's more than one idea. Bless you. Authors sprinkle ideas into the story to help you understand what they want you to learn from it. They sprinkle them in. There are definitely more than 3. But on Thursday or Friday, we're going to ask you to read a story, and we're going to ask you to do this very same thing, to tell us what you think the lesson the author is trying to tell is, and how you know, what details from the story help you figure that out. All right.
You know what? It's like inferring.
It is.
It reminds me of looking for clues
Mhm.
in the text. So even body language, you can infer, like, how do you know someone's feeling sad or happy?
And the illustrations are a perfectly good way as well to infer your information. So they are the clues the author's putting in there to help you understand what they want, the story is trying to have you learn. So what can we write in here then? How does this show people take dangerous risks? Anybody at home? What can I fill into that last block? How does the fact that they are lucky, no soldiers saw them? How does being lucky that no soldiers saw them? Anybody at home have an idea? All right, Madison.
Because they're lucky because the soldiers didn't see them.
Because the soldiers didn't see them. Okay, go and then maybe follow them to the school. All right, Ellie, what do you think? Oh, so that's scary, isn't it? So Ellie said maybe if they get caught by the soldiers, something will happen to them like happened to their parents, happened to her parents. So that might be, yeah, that's scary. Anybody else have an idea of why they're being lucky? That word lucky, kind of the opposite of that forbidden though, right? It gives you the opposite feeling of that. How about this? Shows, we'll start that like the other ones, right? This sentence shows it would be dangerous if the soldiers caught them going to school. And are they risking their lives to go to school? Yes, they're risking, making a dangerous risk. But did the grandma see that this was important enough to risk? The grandma really thought it was important enough to do that, right? Mr. Charlie, are you getting these things written down, my friend? Now, you might have had a different answer. Those of you at home or those of you in here, if you didn't have to have exactly the same answer because there are more details throughout the story. You could say something about the soldier pounding on the gate. You could say something about the boys trying to distract the soldiers. You could do like Josh and talk about the picture and how dangerous it looked in there.
I'm so happy I live in America after hearing this story.
So we are going to talk about how this story makes us feel about our situation compared to this situation for sure. All right.
They did great, Mrs. Harrison.
Excellent. In fact, they are doing great because I'm now a little ahead of where I wanted to be today. So this is excellent. I know. So I might start the next part. I mean, yes, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy, but I would have had you prepare in a slightly different way if I had known I would get this far. So what I think I might do, Mrs. Aubin, what I think I'm going to do then is maybe another breakout group and have them talk about how this makes them feel. Okay, great. About comparing our situation to their situation and maybe even like how we are. Yeah. Okay. What we're doing to be able to come to school.
Do I have to talk in another group? I have to finish writing from danger all the way down.
Okay, keep. All right. Well, go finish.
Lila, Mara said, why don't they just do online school?
Oh, Lila, that's a good point. She said, why don't they just do online school? Well, definitely at this time, when this book was written, if you notice definitely from the pictures of the story, the technology was not available to everyone at that time. So, but luckily, so Josh asked if the situation is the same now as it was back then, and the situation has improved. The Taliban is still present in Afghanistan, but it is not completely in control of Afghanistan anymore, and so it is still somewhat of a dangerous place. You might hear about it still in the news on occasion. But the rules have definitely been changed. The government of Afghanistan does not follow those rules anymore. But the people who took over the government, the Taliban, we talked about this last Thursday. I realized that was a while ago. They are still present in Afghanistan, but they're just not in charge. So that still makes it dangerous in some situations. So what I would like us to do then, I'm going to give us a little bit more time to cut. People at home, give me a thumbs up if you're done with page 16. No, 16. Okay. Jensen, how you doing? Are you done with page 16 for me? That's the one that is in front of you. Jensen, are you finished with that page? With this? Okay, thank you. All right. Mr. Robert, are you all done with this page for me? Yep. Okay. And Clara's good. Gavin, how you doing? Are you all done with this one? Nope. You're still working on it. Leo, finished? Yep. Okay. And Lila, and Logan. All right. So it looks like Gavin's still working. All right. Give me a thumbs up here if you're good for this whole page. All right. For most of us. All right. I'm going to give about just a moment. So what I would like you to do next. So if you're at home, you're going to do this in a breakout group. Okay. So listen to the directions. So somebody's got to be the leader of the group in there. Okay. When you get to a breakout group, if nobody's willing to talk, somebody's got to start the conversation. Okay. You guys do that? All right. So today in here and in there, what I would like you to talk about in your small group is how you feel. And so the best way to make sure that we understand a story is to definitely take the time to talk about and think about and compare it to something else. So think about what's happening today to us in this situation where we have the pandemic when we had COVID-19. What are we doing so that it's not risky for us to come to school? You're going to talk about that in your group, okay? Like compare how risky it was for Nazreen and what society is doing so that we can come to school. Do we still think learning is important? Yes. People at home, is learning important? You're here, right? Right now, you're online, learn and do it, willing to get on Zoom and be ready to go. People here, did you do things this morning to make sure you could come and learn? You certainly did. Okay, so I'm gonna put you in your small group And my friends who are in front, I'm going to have you go ahead and continue, and you can join your group when you are ready. So I'm going to put a breakout room. All right. Gonna take, all right, so people at home, you got to do your job, okay? To have a good conversation. Unmute yourselves and have a conversation. All right. Yes, I'm gonna do, I can do that. All right, my friends who are, remember your groups from last week, from Thursday? No. No. Okay. Yeah, so why don't you take Noah? Okay. All right, well, here. All right, talk to your group. Okay, what do you think, Sawyer? How is this story different or the same as what we're having to do now? You guys have a conversation. Oh, that was not good. Okay, I'm gonna freeze my screen, Mrs. Aubin. And then, so I can talk to my people at home. All right. No, I know. I know. And then they have, I totally get your panic mode. That's why I also didn't go. All right. Hey, you all have your, you got to turn on your, who's mute? Why are you all muted? Everybody unmute. You can't have a conversation if you're on mute.
Okay.
All right, who talked already? Anybody talk yet?
I'll go for it.
All right, so you're going to talk about think about the story and think about now and what is the same or different. Like, you guys are all trying to be safe at home, right? So talk,
Right.
you guys need to talk together. You don't have to, yeah, unmute yourselves and just have a chat about how it's the same or how it's different. Okay, I'm leaving. You guys talk amongst.
This is very risky. You I love you.
I feel bad because we can't because they can't go to school.
No.
I feel bad because they can't go outside their house without a man.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna do leggings and I'll have, yeah.
Miss Harrison, you're muted. Miss Harrison, you're muted. Miss Harrison, we can't hear you.
Sorry, folks. I didn't mean to be muted. So how is going to school now same or different as Nazarene in our situation? What do you think, Isabella? Can you talk to Robert and tell him what you think? Can you tell him how do you feel about school right now?
Hello. Hello.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
We can't hear you, Miss Harrison.
I'm muted. All right, my friends at home, nice job. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up and we'll see you at 12:45. All right, thanks, my friends.